And if they're still continuing to try and put you in a box and limit you, then that's your choice then whether you think that that's a healthy relationship to continue, whether that's with a friend, family member, or whoever. If they accept that, then great. And if they don't, they're still trying to limit me. We're not the same. Like, there's been a lot of instances where I don't speak to people who I used to know anymore. And that's fine. You outgrow some people. You outgrow people who aren't willing to grow with you. Hello. And welcome back to
the Grow Club podcast
with Mike and Jasmine.
Si tu habla español, Grow Club.
Je parle français? Is that it?
That's Spanish I was speaking.
Yeah, I know, but I'm now doing French.
Okay, what are you saying?
Je parle français? You speak?
I speak French.
There you go. Yeah,
You're asking me if you speak French?
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell us.
Where?
Anyway, Si tu habla español, Grow Club podcast.
Podcast?
That's more French, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. Anyway, before we lose people.
Let's stick to the language that we're good at, yeah. Welcome to the Grow Club podcast with your boy, Mike and
Jazz.
This is where you get your weekly dose, top up, fulfillment, replenishment of all things growth.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who listen on a weekly basis, you would have noticed or realized. If you didn't, it's a bit awkward. But if you did, we were missing last week. So we do apologize for that. You know, we did commit to post every week. So we take accountability. It was poor planning on our part. Yeah. But on the plus side, Jasmine got on top of a tan, she got to go on a nice, lovely holiday.
Yes, I took my mum away to Montenegro, which, for those of you who don't know, is next to Croatia and some other countries, but it's mainly Croatia.
Sick.
And the reason that I chose there is just because Portugal, Spain, they all kind of feel the same.
I think all of Europe feels the same, if you ask me.
Yeah, it feels very samey, where I've never been to this part of Europe before.
Okay.
And apparently it's meant to be one of the most underrated places. And it looked insane. And it was budget friendly. And so, yeah, I booked for us to go there. We spent some time at a vineyard, Airbnb, because they make wine out there.
Yeah.
If you're a red wine drinker, don't even bother. It's not good. But the white wine.
What was your
nice.
favorite part of the holiday in general?
Well, we rented a car and we basically drove around half the country. We did so much driving. I say we, my mum. I would not be good on those roads. It's just like bendy, next to the mountain, up in the clouds. What roads would you be good on? Private roads where there's no collisions or
no cars, basically.
No cars. So yeah, it was really good. It was spending time with my mum part, and just driving and just seeing different things. Because we had the car, we were free to do whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted. We wake up and be like, oh, what do you want to do today?
Do you feel like you guys needed that?
Yeah. Cause
like your mum, alone time? Yeah,
because it was for her 60th birthday. So
no way.
Yeah. So it was a late birthday present because her birthday's in the winter.
I thought she's like 42, no?
You flirt. And so I wanted to do something, and she loves traveling and she hasn't been to this place. So that's another reason why I chose there.
Nice.
So yeah, it was really, really nice and it was needed.
So you said it was underrated. Do you think it's
a lot?
Is that correct?
It was still a lot of tourists, especially like in the port towns, because the cruises would come through.
Okay.
And it would just be flooded with tourists. But it's a different type of tourist than Spain.
Okay, keep going.
Or Portugal.
What type of tourists?
I'm really not trying to be rude, but like it was just a more respectable type of tourist, not the loud, party goers. Oh, no. You wouldn't go here to party like that.
Yeah, it's not that type of word. Oh, bless you.
Sorry, bless me. So yeah, the tourists were quite different, which were nice. They were like calmer. They were more kind of like how we are as tourists. They're just there to explore and be respectful. There wasn't much tackiness. Just to put it plainly.
Yeah, no, that's sick.
Yeah.
What language do they speak out there? Montenegro?
Mixture. Yeah, so Montenegrin is actually like
Serbia,
it's
Montenegro. Is that part of Serbia then?
No, you'll get smacked for that in Montenegro.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not part of Serbia.
Some parts used to be.
It used to be called Serbia and Montenegro, no? Or am I thinking it was something else?
Something else. But there's part of Montenegro that used to be part of Serbia. Now it's Montenegro. But they understand Croatian, Serbian, and I don't know. It basically,
English?
no, basically it's all the one language, just different dialects. Montenegrin is just a dialect. So you can go to Serbia, even Russia. I think Russia, not sure. And you'll understand them. It's just different
So
dialects.
Montenegro was part of various political unions with Serbia throughout history, including the former Yugoslavia.
Yep, there you go.
After the breakup of Yugoslavia, Montenegro and Serbia remained together in a loose union called Serbia-Montenegro. So that's what I was on about.
Oh.
So then in 2006, Montenegro had a referendum and voted for independence from
Yeah, so
Serbia.
it's funny when you're going through like videos online and you see Montenegro, you'll see some like Serbian in the comments going, my Serbia.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I know. But yeah, it was nice. Yeah, good to spend some time away. And you were left here.
Yes, with Chica.
Yeah.
She had the best 2 weeks of her life.
Why?
You know.
Just silence.
You
were working away. I gave her more attention.
Yeah, but she enjoyed just the freedom of. Yeah, I'm just digging this. I'm just digging myself in the hole, really.
Tell you what, though, when Mum and I were away, obviously, like we spent loads of quality time together, and a topic came up. I'm not sure how it came up, but basically, I was saying that now I'm at the age I am, which is 25. I feel like I know who I am now, as opposed to,
interesting.
Let's say like 5 years ago, I think you're still figuring it out. But even 5 years ago, if you asked...
What's 5 years ago for a reference?
20. Because I'm 25.
Not everyone knows that.
I just said I was 25.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Guys, I hope you're listening, because clearly my co-host isn't.
My bad. Sorry.
Anyway. So where was I?
5 years ago,
so if someone asked me 5 years ago, do you know who you are, sort of thing, I'm sure, and the same for everyone else, you'd be like, yeah, I know who I am, I know what I want to do, I want to do this career, I'm this type of person who thinks this way. But to be honest, like I don't think you can really know who you are, even at 20. I think you're really still figuring it out. Definitely like 17, 18, 19. I mean, you're a baby then, you're figuring it out, but you think you know it all. But now I just feel like, I actually do know who I am now. And there was just like a realization in that, like, oh, yeah, I'm actually really...
Why do you think that came up on your holiday?
Just because we're spending time together and just talking and...
Yeah.
Just bonding. That's it, really. You just have conversations, like you and I will have conversations.
Yeah, it was not anything that triggered it, though.
Yeah, I can't remember what... I wouldn't say triggered. I can't remember what we were talking about beforehand.
Yeah. Okay, so why is it now that you... Okay, so for example, right, when you're 18, 19, 20, you felt like you knew everything.
Yeah, you know what, actually, I think it was because we were talking about my hair. Because I'm now like liking the wavy hair a bit more than what I used to have, which was straight.
Yeah.
And I think my mum made a point saying, you grew... some things you grow out of, sort of thing. And I was like, yeah. Like,
I see what you're saying,
I think it came from something like that.
Okay, so... Going back into your frame of mind of you being 18, 19, you felt like you knew who you were.
Yeah, I feel everyone feels like that.
Yeah. Now you're 25, you're saying the same thing. How do you know now that it's actually who you are now? Like, how do you know you're not going to say the same thing when you're 30?
Yeah, that's true. And I think you do change. People change every 10 years or so. I mean, but I don't know. I'm more mature now. Morals...
Mm-hmm.
and responsibilities, and just...
You would have said that at 18, 19 as well, I reckon.
No, not really, because I didn't have a lot of... Yeah, no, you're still figuring it out. Like, I know then I wanted to, do makeup and do... But I still, like, there was still maybe a sense of like, oh, I'm just going to go and see what happens. There wasn't like, I know. Like, I knew I wanted to live in a city somewhere. It was very much unknown. And still, like, there's a lot unknown. I'm not saying I know everything now, of course not.
Yeah, but you're sure in who you are now.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like you got a moral compass.
So do you think the last few years, you've formed that? Or is it the last few years that have allowed you to get to a space where you're like, I know who I am now? Or like, was it events, or was it just more so I don't know, a flow of life that's gotten you to a position where you're like, yeah, do you know what? I think I know who I am.
I think
now.
flow of life. I think it helps that I'm in a good relationship as well.
Hey,
I think that really helps because
I can't take all the credit.
I know. And yeah, I think it's naturally the flow of life. And obviously each decision that you make shapes who you are. And so I think that's the decisions that I've made. So that could be like moving to Manchester, start going to church again.
Yeah.
Having a great relationship, traveling, all of those things are shaping that person.
Interesting.
What do you think?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's subjective. It depends on everyone's circumstance. So I think definitely experience. I think experience would be the main thing, but obviously within that, I'm trying to ask like, what I'm asking you, I think, is like, was there an event that shaped you, or the way you reacted? You realize, wow, this is who I am now, based on your response to something.
No. It's compound effect.
Okay.
So it's not a single event. I think it's just life. Because if you ask me even last year, or even when we first moved to Manchester, I really had no idea.
Yeah.
Like I was like, maybe I shouldn't be in Manchester.
Yeah.
I really didn't know what to do. But yeah, I think it's just a compound effect of the decisions you make, and then you either you come to realization like, oh, I'm happy with where things are going, I'm happy with myself, I'm happy with who I'm becoming, or you come to the other realization like, oh, something needs to change.
Okay, so question then, who are you now then?
I'm someone who loves going to church on a Sunday. I'm someone who now has a podcast. I'm someone who is working on building their property business. I'm someone who loves their family, loves going on long walks, traveling.
Okay, everything you've mentioned there are things that you do and that you have.
Yeah.
Who are you now?
I'm a person who enjoys those things. No. I'm
So I think I'm asking qualities of you.
I'd say I'm a kind person.
Okay.
If you don't disagree.
Hey, this is your time to talk.
No, I'm just saying.
I'll agree, of course. Yeah.
Of course. I believe I'm a kind person. I feel like I'm also an honest person. Like I've got good intentions, integrity.
Is there anything that you're gonna say now that you weren't a few years ago? Maybe. Is there any
I've always
new
been
qualities?
kind. I think I'm a lot more patient now. Actually,
Patient.
Yeah.
With people or with yourself?
Both. I've really tried to work on not getting like worked up so quickly.
Okay.
And like triggered over little things, like over minor inconveniences.
Mm-hmm.
I think that also comes with maturity.
Yeah.
Like the world doesn't revolve around you. So don't be triggered over everything.
Yeah.
But,
That's good.
Yeah. Do you think your past self 5 years ago would recognize you now? Or be proud of you?
Okay, two different questions. Let's do one at a time. Let's do what? The recognize one?
Yeah. Well, where were you 5 years ago, actually?
We're in 2025 now, 2020, COVID. Oh, shit, yeah. The COVID times, yeah. It's 20 years ago, jeez. 5 years ago, I was still working at a hospital. I was unfortunately not getting to work from home like everyone else because I was a key worker. So I got to serve the country and get clapped at every Thursday.
Yep. I was clapping for you and I didn't even know you.
Yeah, that went a long way. I really appreciate those claps. That was a rough. Do you know what it is? In the moment, it was fine because that was all I knew, the life that I had then. But in the back of my head as well, I always kind of wanted more. Like I thought like I'd be more. And even around that period, I was trying to start an e-com store at that time as well, actually. So it was actually for like fake Apple Watches essentially. So I tried to do a whole drop shipping store for that. That didn't go as planned.
Why didn't it though? Was it your mindset at the time? Or?
No, it was just I tried to like bring people in to do it with me and this and that, and it just didn't work. So would that person recognize me now? I think, yeah, no, I don't think at that point I would have seen myself doing what I'm doing now. Like, as in, like, with my locks and in Manchester and being a creative, whatever that means. I don't think, I know I wouldn't have taught myself to be that. I knew I was going to do something because I had to. Because, yeah, there was, I felt like, I've always had a strong feeling of like this, like what we're doing now at that time, this can't just be it. I can't be doing this for life. This isn't, there's more to life than this.
So you felt something was missing.
Yeah, 100%. And I think around that time as well is when I started like reading more books and like basically taking accountability for the life I have. It's kind of like, look, if you want to get out of this life scenario, you need to do something about it. So maybe in a sense, the seeds were starting to like germinate and stuff in terms of like growth and personal growth and stuff. But would I recognize me now, right now? Probably not. I don't think so.
How so?
I think that the direction I've taken.
Okay, so not really the mindset, 'cause the mindset kind of was always there, but it just needed nurturing.
Yeah.
But it was
It needed
path.
nurturing and it needed like a path as well. It needed like, because it was always there. It still is. Like I had a drive to like
do something.
Do great, be great. It's just like I didn't know
what,
where to put that in. So that's why I've tried, like I've done a lot of different stuff in the past. Like I've tried to run a record label at one point, managing artists and stuff. I tried the e-com thing, tried Forex, traded crypto for a bit, lost loads, as you do. Tried doing the fitness page thing with one of my boys. Yeah, so I've done nearly anything and everything there is to do that you can learn online, essentially.
Yeah.
But I think it was it was this path that actually worked, and I guess it's because God ordained it, which is why it is fruitful and working.
Yeah.
So I think it's more so the path that I'm on now that I wouldn't recognize. Would that past Mike be proud? 100%.
Definitely. Why wouldn't he be?
He'd want to be.
He'd be a sucker if not.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I really tried, man. It wasn't easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'd say, definitely be proud. Yeah, same question for you then. Would you? I'd say, no, you definitely wouldn't recognize yourself.
Same as you. I always knew I wanted to do and be more.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what. Like I had dreams of becoming a makeup artist.
Yeah.
And I remember my mum and I went to Los Angeles when I was 15, and that was actually to look at a makeup school. Because I wanted to pursue special effects makeup, which was like film makeup. And so I actually had an interview with that school. They were telling me how I can apply and get sponsored and so on. And then we went back a second time, like a year later, and I was starting to do photo shoots there. But this wasn't really film makeup. Basically, a college teacher said I should do film makeup and focus on beauty. So I did. And so I was doing beauty, and so I was doing photo shoots on Venice Beach and Santa Monica. And I planned to go back again, but then COVID hit. So I always had plans. I wanted to be in that, not necessarily that scene, but I saw Los Angeles as a place where people are successful, and I wanted to be that.
Yeah.
And then makeup then wasn't for me. I mean, I still love it. And I still love the art of it, but I just kind of fell out of love with it.
Yeah.
And I pursued something. I just wanted to pursue something with a better ROI. Really.
Yeah.
And so that's why I started doing what I'm doing now. But to be honest, it's all to do with the end goal. So very similar to you. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to be better. But I wouldn't recognize what I'm doing now as like very much the same as you.
So if you're walking down the street now and you were, young, Jasmine 5 years ago, and you walk past yourself now, do you think you'd recognize you?
I don't think so. First we'll be like, girl, why isn't your hair straight?
Yeah.
And
actually, no, better question. What? If you're walking past each other, I'm assuming you will recognize each other because you look quite alike, but obviously older. What would she be?
Obviously older.
Oh, crazy. No, you know, ish.
You said the other day I look exactly the same from when we first met.
Yes, but I'm
That was
talking.
nearly 5 years ago.
I'm talking hypothetically. This is in the real scenario. So everything I say is hypothetical.
Okay.
Everything,
Okay.
including that.
Okay.
Jeez, that's twice now. What would your younger self be most shocked by in terms of like when they look at you?
The whole church stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like,
No, but I mean in terms of like even just not physical attributes, but I mean even like how you carry yourself. Would they be like, wow, you look very like you seem confident, or do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, but I think I've always held myself as confident. I've always been a good talker.
Okay.
But you know when people are a bit quieter when you talk to them, and it's like they're not quiet because they're shy, but it's because they're calm and collected.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got a lot to say, but they're choosing not to, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think I did that as well. If you're gonna say you did that,
huh?
No, go on.
I feel like that would be what I'd take away from me. Yeah, the old me taken away from me.
So the old you would be shocked that you kind of do that now.
Yeah, just kind of like the
wise approach.
Yeah,
slow to speak, quick to listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's right. What about you?
Oh, the locks, 100%.
Oh yeah, definitely the locks.
I was like, where have you grown them from? Because this was never the plan. Like I literally just didn't. I think probably not COVID. When did I start growing these? 3 years ago.
Mexico.
This is only 3 years of growth.
Yeah, it's not extensions, guys.
Yeah, it's my.
People think it's extensions.
Yeah, I get that sometimes. This is like my actual hair, but yeah, this is like 3 years of growth. Physically, yeah, that I think. My teeth.
I was gonna say as well, my teeth.
Yeah, that. But I think yeah, I feel the peace of mind that I have now, I think. In terms of like, I guess that's not a guess, but that's like rooted in my faith in God and stuff like that. Yeah. The peace that I experience now, I think that's one thing my old self be like, wow, you're 100%. Like relaxed.
Oh, that's what I want to take as well.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
It's like you don't like stress about anything now.
Yeah,
well, not anything.
Much.
Yeah, as much. Like you, yeah, exactly. So I think I definitely just have this internal peace that like everything is God's plan. It's in His hands. I have faith, and that's one thing that I'm actually like grateful for. Like most days, I'm like, wow, I can just breathe, and I have a God who has my whole life in His hands. So I'm just like, why am I stressing about it? That's one thing.
Do you think your priorities have shifted, like compared to 5 years ago, like values and priorities?
Yeah.
I think 5 years ago.
Which one? Stretched. You're asking me two questions now.
Values or priorities? Like, just do both. Just answer both.
Just answer both, bro.
No, but in what ways have they shifted?
Give me an example first.
Okay. You now compared to you 5 years ago. In what way? I'm just rewording the question.
Give me an example.
In what ways have your values shifted?
You didn't even try.
I know.
You just hasn't. You added you in 5 years ago and then asked the same question.
Yeah.
Values. Okay. In what ways have my values shifted? Let me have a think.
You know what? If that's too hard, then you can think about.
I got it.
You can think about priorities.
It's just, yeah. They're the same. Not the same thing, but they're different questions. Let me do values.
Okay.
What are my values now even?
Oh. Probably should start with that.
Yeah, and then I can try. What are my values? Hard work. I guess coupled with hard work is like a sense of like excellence isn't the word, but like doing things to your top ability. Yeah. Do you get me? Like if you're gonna do something well, do it really well. Yeah. Not just doing it for the sake of doing it. I think integrity is a new one that I have now. Yeah. Not that I never had integrity. Jeez, yeah. But it's like I think I value that in people as well. So it's like if you if you believe a certain thing, it's good to see you stand by that and not bend or fold because of
You're a man of your word.
this person or that person. And yeah, man of my word as well. I'm trying to be very, if I say something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah, that's
Without
good.
coming with excuses or this or that.
That's good.
So going back to values I would have had, I guess the integrity thing is a new thing. So I don't know if I'd say my values change, but that's the one I've added on.
I don't think you would have minded so much if you went against what you said.
No, I
you were
would have
gonna
when I was
do?
younger. I mean, I
Really?
value that in other people as well.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to say. Because before as well, I was very much so. I've always been like, if I don't want to do something, I just won't do it.
Yeah.
That's why, like, for example, like I always use the story of when I used to go to work, but I did not want to go to work, and like my brain would physically like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a mental like,
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for?
There would just be
Clash. Like there's like a mental clash between what I'm doing and how I'm feeling. So it's like I'm going to work, but my
it would
brain
almost
does not.
paralyze you.
Yeah, my brain did not want to go. So
Yeah.
it's like I was really struggling with that because I don't like
Yeah.
doing stuff I don't want to do. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, there was some days where I'm like, Mike, you're leaving it very late now.
Yeah,
And
but
you're like, yeah, well, I'm late already. I might as well not go today. Like, you were feeling like that,
yeah,
but you'd still go and somehow still kind of make it.
yeah.
But it was, you really didn't.
That's what
want
I'm
to.
saying. Yeah. So I think values. Yeah. So hard work, excellence.
Okay, that's your values now.
2 seconds. Yeah. Sorry. 2 seconds. Hard work, excellence. What did I say there? Integrity.
Mhm.
Kindness. Is that a value?
Yeah.
Kindness and giving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generosity.
Yeah. That's one of my values now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's changed then? I feel like I've kind of already had these, you know. I think priorities is definitely an easier one to answer.
Okay, I think
But
in terms of values, I just think it's now just the volume of that. Like maybe you didn't have as much as that before, but you always had it, but now it's just upped. So it's the volume that's changed.
But now I'm asking myself, why can I do more of the same value? Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Why has it upped? Like, what's the difference to allow my values to be a lot more? Because I've always believed in like hard work and doing things really well. I think no, the doing things really well is more of a new thing.
Okay, well maybe your values haven't changed, but your priorities have.
Yeah, so priorities is definitely like business, work. I don't really indulge in entertainment too much, like TV and Netflix and PlayStation and stuff. That's, to be honest, I've been doing that for a while now. Health is a big thing now, but I think that's more so definitely this year because I've been banging gym for God knows how long. But in terms of like my actual like cardio fitness has been horrible.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So now obviously I'm doing the boxing, I'm doing the running, and I feel like that bleeds into everything else in life because I do feel like your health is a form of wealth as much as people don't may not consider that.
Yeah.
But I think it's really important that like, because obviously what's the point of having loads of money if you're not able to enjoy it because you're a vegetable because you don't do anything.
Yeah,
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
It's just like we were saying on the last podcast, like once you've got your fitness in check, a routine starts to form and it just bleeds into everything, every other aspect of your life.
Exactly. Like I was even running this week. For those who are interested, 26 minutes, 5K. First run back since COVID.
Very good.
89 kg.
Very good. Well done.
Average pace of 5. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I think they're like my main priorities now. What about you then? Have yours?
Do you want to put your relationship in there?
But no, that's
obvious, huh?
Yeah,
duh.
Like you don't even have to like.
Yeah, I had to include my health, and that's not obvious.
Yeah, relationship. Come on, man. Yeah. Okay, so cool. Yeah, my relationship with Jasmine, my co-host. My relationship with God. Oh yes, relationship with God is a big one. Oh, that's been prioritized.
It's okay to think about the questions I'm asking you. Just think about them because you're missing some good things out.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Family.
No, I'm just saying. Like before we move on to me, think about it.
Family.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like I'm asking you.
Yeah, I know, right? Why are you asking me?
No, because you're saying I'm missing good ones. So I'm like, what am I missing?
You did. Like God, like your relationship with me. Like
no, it's just the order in which it comes to my brain is what
you
I'm
don't have
saying.
to do an order.
I know, but I'm saying the order in which it comes to me is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You answer some, and more will come to me.
If you're gonna take mine,
you're stalling, aren't you?
No, you're gonna take mine. I was just trying to help you.
No, go then.
What's the question?
What do you mean? After all that, and you said I'm missing, and you're like, what's the question?
About priorities.
Yeah. So what? Wow. What?
Okay, I'll take it from here. So, how has my priorities changed in the last 5 years?
You know the question better than me. It's even your question.
Okay, think about yours then.
Yeah.
Definitely health. Definitely health and fitness, because I started the gym, I would say 5 years ago. And so now I'm prioritizing it again, and yeah, I'm just back on it because I realize how not just for aesthetic reasons, just for overall health reasons, it's just good to care about yourself. Faith, big one as well, which wasn't too much of a priority beforehand. I'd like to think I always made time for family, but definitely more so now than 5 years ago, because I think just the older you get, you realize how important family is.
Yeah.
So that's just definitely a big priority.
Yeah.
I didn't have a relationship 5 years ago, so I was just before I met you. So
God bless you, one.
So I'm
brought you an angel.
Include you in that as well. So definitely relationships. And also as well, just tasks and to-do lists. Like I know it sounds really, really obvious, but I'm trying to get a lot more organized now. And so it's become a lot more of a priority now than it was 5 years ago. Although I miss 5 years ago when I didn't have as much responsibility.
Yeah. But I think the person you're becoming now has responsibilities.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the values then.
I don't know.
Okay,
Values.
so let's start easy. Let's start slow. What values have you got now?
I feel like we kind of answered this earlier. Like, who am I? That's kind of like values.
Go on. What are your values?
But I spoke about it earlier, no? Like, I'm kind.
No, I asked you.
Yeah, but who are you?
Yeah.
I feel like that's your values, though, no?
What are your values?
My values. Someone who appreciates honesty. That's a value, right?
Honesty is a value.
Okay, honesty is a value. Geez, why is it such a hard question to think about all the values?
Take your time. You might be missing some.
Don't be copying me now. And now I'm inspiring. I'm going to look up values, actually, to give me a...
No. Not yet. At least not yet. Because that's you cheating. Because now it's not your values. Because it's not coming from within. You're just looking at a list. Like, yeah,
No. But I'm going to choose the ones that...
No. Don't. You're cheating. That's horrible work.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, what song you listen to now? Let me check for Spotify. That doesn't. No.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not the
exactly
same.
it.
No, it's not the same thing. Because with Spotify, you're going to go to your liked list. Here, you're going to search up what are values and you're going to pick songs. To make that, like, equate that, what you're essentially doing is just going to Spotify, looking for a few songs and say, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. It's a bit different.
To remind myself.
No.
I disagree.
It has to come from within.
Maybe
my analogy wasn't good, but...
No, I disagree.
To what?
Because you can pick...
What are your values? That needs to come from within. Rather than looking at the list of things and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I resonate with that. Yeah, I resonate with that. I think it needs to come from within. Take your time.
What if you can't think?
You can't think. Don't say that. You can think very well.
You're going to steal my ideas.
Well, then do what with them?
acting
like it's a business plan or something.
Off as your own. You're like, yeah, I agree.
No, just go on. I said some values already. What are yours?
You missed one though.
Oh.
Creativity.
Is that a value of mine?
I don't know. It's like a value online. So.
See what I mean? Let yours come from within.
Okay. Can you help me out then?
Have a think. Take your time.
Jeez, guys, can't get a guy who helps you with just a simple task.
Put the phone down.
Can you
Now,
help me then?
close your eyes. Why are you pinching me? For the audio listeners, she's pinching me. See?
I can't think.
Finally, the people have seen the abuse.
Let's move on to the next question because this is wasting everyone's time.
Blink if you're in trouble. Okay, values are honesty, patience, da 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 da. Do you know what I mean?
Just da 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 da.
Etc. etc.
Okay, honesty. I already said, Mike. Let's move on to the next question because I cannot think. Because you're unwilling to give me examples.
I did give you examples.
One of
Honesty
them was
is an example.
Yeah, which was already one of mine.
Patience is an example.
Which I said earlier.
Maybe you value your fitness, your health. Yeah, but we weren't talking in the context of values there.
But that's what I'm saying. That was my point. I think it's the same thing.
Okay, and what were they?
It was patience, honesty. Who am I? Someone who loves family time. And that's basically it. You're making this a lot harder than I think it needs to be.
What do you mean? All you have to do is say what your values are.
But I couldn't think of them. So I asked you nicely, can you give me some examples? And you gave me etc.
I gave you honesty.
Which was mine already.
I gave you patience.
Which was mine already. You have not contributed anything.
What about my ones?
You said you
could have taken some of mine.
Yeah, but I want to be original.
Fair enough.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay, so even
a value that I'd like is a helpful boyfriend to help me with ideas.
Oh, sorry. I thought one of your values would have been patience. You seem to have not been very patient.
No, I have had patience.
Oh, okay. I value soft-heartedness.
Me too.
I value Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so on that topic, right, with the whole obviously you've got new values or more or less the same. Maybe there's just a lot more heightened now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So looking back now, have you ever grieved an old version of yourself? So there's a period in life that you miss. You're like, wow, I'd love to relive that again.
The only thing that I the only thing that I probably miss is the freedom of traveling all the time. And that's one thing that I struggle with. We're not able to travel as much just because we've got more expenses.
Okay.
I was able to travel a lot more when I lived where I lived previously. Just because I had more money. Not more money, but less responsibility. So I was able to use that money for traveling.
Yeah.
And so I'm not able to travel as much anymore.
She missed the travel lifestyle.
I missed the travel lifestyle. Definitely. That's the only thing, really.
Okay, fair enough. I think for me, I do miss uni.
Really?
Yeah. Uni was fun.
For the academics?
Yeah, I loved my lectures in my class. No, to be honest, it's one of those times where I don't know, uni was just crazy and there's so much happened, and then obviously just doing all of that with the boys.
Like what?
Was just everything that happened in you. Because bear in mind, we lived in a house. There's 5 of us.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So it's just, I don't know. Do you know when you watch these shows and then the Americans are gone to uni in their dorm, and it was that type of vibe. So it was just doing every day with the boys was just, there's never a dull day because it's just 5 of us there.
Yeah.
We made our own, a lot of times we didn't even step out of the house. We just made our own fun, just doing stupid uni stuff. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Phones and smartphones.
I'm not that old. That's crazy. But another period was definitely secondary school.
Really?
Yeah.
You just school.
Yeah, I did
you
school, to be
just
fair.
Hanging with your peers.
Yeah, because secondary school was elite. Because that's a period where you didn't actually have responsibilities because you're not in uni. So it's just you just go to class. The banter is just amazing. You go home, there's food there because you're still young enough to just your parents to make food for you. And then also because it was an all boys school as well, just football in the yard, break time. Elite, going back into class, absolutely sweating your balls off, and just
Sounds
just
great.
Yeah, it was unreal. Loved. Yeah, I think it was just the freedom and lack of responsibility I had.
Yeah.
So those times where I could just be me and not think about life and bills and council tax and electricity and but in terms of like what am I trying to say? Those are times I miss, but in terms of like times that I grieve means you missed it, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that part of you had to die, sort of thing. So you missed that part.
Yeah, so okay, I wouldn't say my secondary school times had to die or near my uni times
a
I
bit
have to die.
extreme.
But I mean, maybe the who I was like last 4 or 5 years ago, like the latter stages before I left the job type of thing. I think that person needed to go because that was a rough period. Because that's just when I just didn't like what I was doing and it's just life, and I was depressed because of my work, and I just wasn't happy with where I was. When I kind of look at like the potential I feel I had or talent or whatever that was, and I'm like, this is what I'm doing, and not to compare myself to other people, but it's like when you look outside and people are doing this or that, and I'm like, why can't I?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm trying to say? It's like there's no reason why not I can't have this thing or start this business or fly here or fly there. Yeah. So I think that person needed to leave because that person had beliefs, but they're definitely limited.
Yeah.
Now, like when you see me now, like I'm a bit like delusional now when it comes to like what I think I'm gonna do. Or no, I think what I'm going to be doing.
We both have like similar mindset, but we met nearly 4 years ago. So do you think that we had an effect on each other in that sense of
I'd say
like breaking the limiting beliefs?
I think you gave me the space to dream.
Thank you. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I think there was no like pressure from you to, how do I put it, to take you to here, take you to there, spend this, spend that. So that allowed me to focus my time on maybe not even getting money, but like planning my life, figuring out how I can become this person, that person. And even just you giving me the encouragements for when I did want to leave or start this business or start that. I think like if I came to you and said, oh, I want to try this or try that, you're very much like supportive.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Do it then.
So I think, that's like a big thing.
Yeah. That's
what do you think?
No, I agree.
You agree that you gave me this space?
Yeah.
No, but
no. Are you asking me the same question?
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
You didn't let me stop at what my dreams were. You were like, okay, but why can't we dream bigger? You took my dreams and were like, okay, but let's do bigger. So you helped me see more clearly and reach higher. So it's almost as if you gave me a step ladder.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And an example?
I'm not sure of a particular example, but I know if I'd come to you with like an idea or something that I want to do, you wouldn't let realistic expectations be present. You would be like, yeah, we can do way more than that. Or screw that, that's too realistic.
Or why not?
Yeah, or why not? That's a big one. You wouldn't let that type of language enter the room. You'd be like, no, we're only good vibes, positive thinking here.
Yeah.
And that's before we were like really strong in our faith even.
Yeah. So I was doing that back then.
Yeah, I've never had an experience with you where you've put me down or...
Imagine that.
No, but like you've never discouraged me.
Yeah.
And I take your advice very seriously.
That's nice. Why?
Yeah. Because I trust your opinion. So if I have an idea, I'll take it to you and I'll go with what you say because I trust that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No worries.
Okay, so now, obviously, now for majority of the pod, we've been talking about old versus new, etc., and how we used to see ourselves. Do you have instances now where someone you may not have seen in a while now still treats you like your old self?
Mm.
And if so, how do you respond to that?
I don't think it's a matter of responding to that. I think you've got to show them the new you, and not by like saying, "Hey guys, by the way, this is me now."
Yeah.
You just start acting like that person. And if they're still continuing to try and put you in a box and limit you, then that's your choice then whether you think that that's a healthy relationship to continue, whether that's with a friend, family member, or whoever.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's unrealistic to expect someone not to grow. So I wouldn't necessarily respond to anyone treating me like the old way. I would just continue acting like myself, who I am. If they accept that, then great. And if they don't, they're still trying to limit me, then that's fine. We're not the same. We're not the same. Like, there's been a lot of instances where I don't speak to people who I used to know anymore. And that's fine. You outgrow some people. You outgrow people who aren't willing to grow with you. What about you? What do
You
you
like that line, didn't you?
I don't know. It just came.
Yeah, because you paused after. You're like,
Because you paused.
I wasn't talking.
No, but anyway, you go.
What was the question then? Someone treat. Okay, so how do I respond to people treating me like the old
You can't
me?
take my answer, by the way.
I'm going to.
Okay. Just
I see you feel like your answers are the holy grail or some piece of fine.
No, but if you do need help, I will help you.
Anyway, I don't need your answers to answer. Thank you very much.
Okay. Great. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Likewise, I'm excited.
I've already said what I had to say.
No, I can't wait for my answer.
Okay, go on then.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, we're like breaking character. Not that we're any other character on the pod, but yeah, Wash will be wrestling after this podcast now. What you? Okay. Yeah, I think when I was transitioning from old me to new me, I had like periods where I had like comments that I didn't really like. Or just in terms of like, for example, like I'm not calling the boys or on group chat calls the way I used to be or at all anymore, to be honest. And then I think there's a period where it's like, oh, you know, you want to talk to Mike, you have to book in a call, or it's like, oh, are you busy, or is it okay if we talk to you, or like I'd get called, but oh yeah, like I know you're busy, and I just want to quickly ask. I'm like, come on, man, let's not do that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think that was probably the brunt of it. It's mainly that. I think now it's quite apparent who I am.
Yeah.
Especially because I post it a lot online. Because I remember I met up with some of the girls I went to uni with, and they were even asking me like, "Where's all this like Jesus stuff coming from?" And I'm just like, "Hey, it's just it's a byproduct of being saved / brought from where I was to now, because that was God. You see what I'm trying to say? So
yeah.
There's no way I cannot speak about God.
Yeah.
So that's where that's coming from. So I think with me posting me and myself and my character, I think a lot more people are aware. So it's not like a shock when they see me and I'm maybe like not really interested in this or interested in that. It's just growth. The Grow Club podcast. Yeah. So I think that's it. But I feel like there's definitely people out there who probably get like, not even people, I treating them like their old self, but like not allowing them to move forward.
Yeah,
Where
they're
it's
trying to
like,
keep them boxed in.
do you see what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
I think because you can't allow yourself to be trapped in someone else's view of you.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
So I think a lot of people, because they know this person sees them like this, they don't want to now act a certain way, or especially like around them or for them to see, because they may feel like
Yeah.
they may get comments or like, oh, do you think you're better than us now, or this or
They
that?
feel they have to fit that mold.
Exactly. So and then it's like it's a mad concept because it's a mold that someone else has molded of you.
Yeah.
And you're now trying to fit that rather than trying to fit your own mold.
Exactly.
Or not even your mold, just being your free self.
Yeah.
Which is
It's like your life.
Yeah, which is interesting. So I think that it's important to also recognize that you are doing that, because some people may not realize that they're doing that.
Yeah.
And like your life is literally, like you said, your life, and it's in your hands. So if you want to do something or be someone, you can wake up the next morning and say, yeah, I'm now this person who does this.
Yeah.
You have free will, just do it.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap?
Old wine can't fit into old wineskins.
What's
New
a
wine
wineskin?
can't. It's
Sorry, say it again. Say it again.
New wine can't fit into old wineskins because it will burst.
Exactly.
Do you ask what a wineskin was?
Yeah, well, on earth is a wineskin.
So it's back when Jesus was around, and he told us, he had this quote, and basically it means that if you put new wine into old wineskin, so it's made from a type of animal, I can't remember what one, but basically you can't put new wine in there because it will just burst. So yeah, he was given that example based on what we're talking about, which why I said it fits the situation. But I don't know what animal it is, so I don't really know exactly what it is.
Yeah, definitely a good saying. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Yeah, I think it's very, the whole like self-development thing is very interesting, because it's like it's an internal battle / progression, but it's also external because you are changing.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you navigate that when you have your usual social circle / your family /
Do you feel like sometimes people just show it, but they're not really feeling it on the inside? Because there's that whole like, oh yeah, do an ice bath, go for runs. There's that whole image of a better self. And you see it so often now. It's like copy and paste. Everyone is doing the same thing. I feel like a lot of it can be disingenuous. And it's not authentic, because they're like, okay, well, I know what it looks like from the outside, but they haven't done the work on the inside.
I think some people use that as an escape.
Okay.
Or
I think it's all about imaging.
No, but 2 seconds. Some people, because we're about to say the same thing, I'm just going around the bend.
Oh.
Escape's not the word. Some people use that as a distraction. So they are dealing with a lot inside, but they're using basically, let me fill up my day with loads of different stuff and not actually do what I'm going through. Do you see what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I also think it can just be look at me, look what I'm doing sort of thing, because all of those things are identified with someone who seems to be doing well.
Yeah, but I think it depends on how you look at it.
Okay.
Because if I see someone going for a run.
No, but I'm not on about the singular activities.
No, I know, but let me land.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it straight face. Sorry. If I see someone going for a run, I'm not gonna automatically assume that their life is perfect or good, or if they're always waking up at this time or that time, and so that's what I'm saying. I think it depends on the viewer. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
The general public.
Say that again?
I think the general viewer, the general public.
Okay, look, you describe what you're saying, because I don't think I'm getting it.
No. Someone who has the perfect routine, who seems to be busy, just all doing things all about health, wellness, and so on. So they're doing the ice bath, sauna, they're sharing quotes online, they're going on their runs, they're going gym, whatever. And it shows this lifestyle, but it's like it's all, some people I feel like don't do it sincerely.
What does that mean though?
It's like they're doing it because of how it looks. It's an aesthetic to show that maybe their lifestyle is probably better than they think it is. But then it really is. Do you know where I'm going?
Get there and I might know.
I have got there.
Oh, so do I know where you've gotten?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but that's what I was trying to say earlier, where I think some people do that as a distraction from some people use it as a distraction rather than actually dealing with what they're going through. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
So they'll post all of that, not even about posting it, but just even doing it, where it's like, no matter how many runs, ice baths, quotes, etc., like you still need to deal with that childhood trauma that you're running away from.
Sure.
So maybe that's what you're actually running from. You know, you did 20K in 20 minutes, but maybe you're actually running away from the trauma.
Maybe.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But no, I see what you're saying as well. But I think, it's an interesting one. But I think that's just socials in general. I don't think it's about.
It is socials in
I don't think
general.
it's about posting specific like routine type stuff. But I think in general, like, because you're not going to post yourself crying, like, and then when people do, they get fucking absolutely slated by the internet. It's like, why are you crying here?
Honestly.
Do you know what I mean? It really shows that people don't care.
Yeah.
But no, I see what you're saying. I do think, some people probably are. Maybe some people, I probably fallen into the trap before where it's like, I wanted to post that I went to the gym, but I forgot to take a pic. So I'll use like an old picture to show that I went to the gym. So
fake.
Is that me?
It's so fake.
No, but it's just like, it's an old pic that I didn't use. And it's not a picture of me. I'll just put like, the little corner of the machine type pictures I did. Yeah.
Aesthetic.
Because I'm trying to be honest as well, I'm trying to be more active on my stories to kind of bring people in and, you know what I mean, show I'm doing a bit of community.
Yeah.
So that's why I do it. I'm not trying to be disingenuous if I'm trying to post me running.
No, because you're really, doing the thing.
Yeah, so what are you saying? You feel like some people aren't actually even doing it?
Not fully, no.
Oh, for example, they could like dress up in their running shoes and then do a quick little snap and then just jump back into bed.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, there's definitely people who do that. 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay, no, in that sense, I get you. But I mean, if they're actually like doing the thing and posting it,
no,
that's what I was on about.
No.
So you're saying they're not actually ice batting?
They probably are, but it's just like,
just in for a minute.
They just get the content and they're like, right, that's all I need.
Yeah, fair. That's crazy work though. People know that.
I know.
Yeah, fair.
But anyway, I think that's a good place to start. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Any final words, Mike?
Have a good week. Make sure you still go for your runs and ice baths and gym. Yeah, it's been episode 19. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of that.
And be back next week.
Spotify as well. Please rate us 5 stars. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Bye.